Kind-hearted English viewers, subscribe, like and share my revenge tales. Your small kindness fuels justice. Join me now as we craft a gripping, unforgettable reckoning together. What would you do if someone you trusted, your own family, locked you inside a burning cabin to steal everything you'd built? My son-in-law thought he was clever. He thought he'd get away with $5 billion. But he forgot one thing. I don't die easy. If you've ever been betrayed by someone close, this story will hit deep. Make sure to like, subscribe, and watch till the end, because revenge doesn't get more satisfying than this. I'm a 68-year-old man. For most of my life, I ran a private investment company. I wasn't born rich. I built my fortune, brick by brick, deal by deal. By the time I was ready to retire, I had $5 billion in assets spread across trusts, property, and investments. I've got one daughter, Amelia. Brilliant woman, kind heart, but unfortunately, terrible taste in men. Her husband, let's call him Eric, was charming on the surface. Good looks, smooth talker, always the life of the party. But underneath that charm, pure greed. I spotted it early, the way his eyes lit up whenever money came up, the way he'd ask innocent questions about my will. I warned Amelia. She brushed it off. Dad, he's not like that. He loves me. I stayed quiet, but I didn't trust him, and I was right. As my health started to decline, talks of inheritance naturally came up. Eric suddenly became extremely helpful, offering to drive me to appointments, insisting on helping manage some of my estate. I always refused politely. Thank you, Eric. I've handled my affairs for 40 years. I'll let you know if I need help. Behind the scenes, I had airtight legal protections, a living trust, a backup trust, emergency contingencies, and most importantly, surveillance systems across my properties. I wasn't paranoid, just experienced. Wealth attracts snakes, and Eric was the biggest snake in the garden. 3 months ago, Eric suggested a family weekend at my old hunting cabin deep in the woods. I loved that cabin. I built it with my own hands decades ago. Quiet, peaceful. Something in my gut told me Eric had ulterior motives. But I agreed, partly to keep an eye on him. Friday night, the whole family arrived. Amelia, Eric, their 2 kids. Me. Eric was extra friendly, pouring drinks, making jokes, trying too hard. That night, I noticed him snooping around the study where I keep old safes. I didn't say anything, but I quietly activated backup recorders in the cabin. I always keep hidden cameras that stream to my phone. The next evening, Eric suggested we all go for a family hike. I wasn't feeling well, so I said I'd stay behind. Amelia insisted on taking the kids. Eric offered to help me lock up before they left. Big mistake, Eric. Big mistake. Once everyone was gone, Eric lingered, pretending to check the heater and make sure the back door was secure. 5 minutes later, I heard the sound. Click, the front door lock. Then, another click, the back door. Then I smelled smoke. I rushed to the living room and saw it. Flames starting in the kitchen. They had poured gasoline near the stove and rigged the gas line. The fire spread fast. Eric wasn't outside calling for help. He was driving away. I saw his SUV disappear through the window. He locked me in, to burn me alive. My hands shook, my lungs filled with smoke, but I wasn't some helpless old man. I kicked open a side window I'd built decades ago as an emergency exit, crawled through, gasping, coughing, furious. I made it out, barely. And when I stumbled away from the burning cabin, one thought burned hotter than the flames. You picked the wrong old man, Eric. The fire department came. Eric and Amelia returned hours later, putting on their best, shocked faces. Eric hugged me like some cheap actor. Oh my God, Dad, we came back and saw the smoke. I looked him dead in the eyes. I'm just grateful I got out in time. But inside, I was already 10 steps ahead. What Eric didn't know, the hidden cameras recorded him rigging the fire. His car GPS, synced to my estate app, proved he left right after locking me in. And best of all, my lawyer already had emergency will protocols that cut out anyone involved in malicious intent. All I had to do was wait. 3 weeks later, I invited Eric and Amelia to my estate for a family dinner. Eric walked in like he owned the place, smug, overconfident. Halfway through dinner, I tapped my wine glass. I have a little something to show you all. I turned on the TV. Security footage started playing. Eric, locking the doors. Eric, pouring gasoline. Eric, driving away. Amelia gasped. Her fork fell. Eric froze. His smile died. Then, the room filled with his own recorded voice whispering to himself. Once the old man's gone, everything's ours. I looked him dead in the eye. You tried to burn me alive for money, and you failed. The next part was almost too satisfying. Police officers walked in from the kitchen. My lawyer handed over a fat folder. Eric was arrested on the spot for attempted murder, arson, and conspiracy to defraud. Amelia was in tears, shocked, but I held her hand. I told you, sweetheart, greed shows itself eventually. Eric is now facing 25 years in prison. His name was removed from every trust. Every penny he thought he'd inherit, gone. Amelia filed for divorce the same week. She and the kids are living safely with me now. The cabin? Rebuilt, stronger. The legacy? Protected. Eric? Just another snake who thought he could outsmart the wrong man. Money can bring out the worst in people, even family. But if you've lived long enough, you learn to plan for betrayal. Eric thought he was clever. He thought my age made me weak. But he forgot. I built my fortune by outsmarting men like him. And this time, I had proof. And that's the story, folks. If you enjoyed this revenge story, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic stories every week, and drop a comment telling me what you would have done in this situation. Sharing this video really helps the channel grow. So don't forget to share it with your friends too. See you in the next one.